Yes, the best of luck. Now, have you heard of the condition Vasa Praevia? It's relatively unknown, but kills 300 babies a year, a shocking statistic. But even more shockingly, a pregnancy ultrasound could detect it and potentially save the lives of those newborns.
Well, Sharon and Nick Partridge had a perfectly healthy, full-term pregnancy, but sadly they lost their daughter Lauren at birth because they weren't screened for regular anomaly scan at 20 weeks.
That's right.
Again, low-lying placenta.
Yes.
Anything else said at that stage?
No, nothing else said at that point in time. Just reiterated the fact that low-lying placenta is fairly common. We hope that it will move during the pregnancy, but we will be called in for further scans later.
The scan came because they're keeping an eye on you, 37 weeks. And I think the midwife at that point went, you might definitely have to have a C-section.
Yeah, the midwife thought that it was close enough to, there's normal practice in that hospital, but you'd have to have a C-section. But she was kind of overruled by the senior house officer, who said, no, there's no protocol in this hospital that says that that's the case, or there's no guidelines in the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists guidelines that says that it's too close, that we'd have to do a caesarean, so we're going to go for a normal birth.
And this is where the lack of information then starts to really get dangerous, and none of you knew the dangers.
That's right.
Labour started, and I have got another son as well. He's 13 years old, and my history is that my labour comes on quite quickly and moves quite fast. The registrar who was on duty at that point came to see me and do the examination, and it was at that point they noticed that there was some blood being lost.
Much more blood than would normally be expected.
Yes, more blood than would be expected.
And they don't really understand, well, they didn't check to see whose blood it was.
Right, but this is fresh blood.
Fresh blood.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
At that point, then all of a sudden there was just sort of chaos erupted within the delivery suite, because I had a very, very strong contraction, and the baby's heartbeat just deteriorated pretty much immediately. And there was a lot of blood. And,
a very fast delivery.
A very fast delivery.
I think there's 4 pushes at 7 minutes or something.
That's right. Yes.
Out came Lauren, and the midwife said, "Oh, here's your little daughter."
Yes.
And you hoped that she'd be crying, but actually she was quite limp.
Yes, she was. Yeah.
And then they rushed to look after her, and the blood was presumably from her, not from you.
The blood was from her. It now transpires, but at the time the delivery suite team were completely, bemused as to why they couldn't seem to revive her, because they did all their normal tests. But babies can survive huge trauma during birth. It's quite a traumatic thing. But what they can't survive is having no blood, because if it's prenatally diagnosed, and you know there's something probably going to go wrong at a birth, they often have a paediatrician on hand with all the necessary blood supplies. They know what Sharon's blood would be, that they've got from the blood bank, and they'd be ready to go. But so it was up to 28 minutes before they actually started to be able to revive the baby. It's known as a time bomb that goes off at birth.
And yet 97% of those babies could be saved
Definitely.
if it's instantly recognised and a C-section.
With all the types of medical bodies that are out there, the RCOG is the one that defines the protocol. The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. They define the standard, and not just only the standard for the UK, but almost the standard for the world that looks at what our Royal College does.
Life has not been lost in vain. This will carry on for her, and you do have a gorgeous new baby, Madison.
We do.
And congratulations.